Alright, this might be the stupidest thing I've done as a video, but why not? So, we were talking in my Discord about making, or it was a joke about making an emote tier list. But now, I have all the emotes in front of me. I'm probably going to go over a little bit of info on each one. And pull up some other images if I need to. So I'm going to start off immediately on a high because this is going to be S tier. This is one of my favorite emotes. This was my original tier 3 emote when I was an affiliate. I had this emote as tier 3. I had... what was it? I cannot see it. There's too many. I actually don't see it. Is it? Oh, there it is. It's right there. They're right here. So this was my tier 1, this is my tier 2, and this is my tier 3. So I'm a bit biased on these 3 just because they are the quintessential 3. Because when I was an affiliate, you didn't get like 5 emote slots. You only had 1 tier 1, 1 tier 2, 1 tier 3, and that was it. There was nothing more. So personally, I've always loved this one. This actually used to be my profile picture for the longest time as well. I'm very happy with this one. I don't think that I will ever change it because it's just too... it's too cemented in my channel, I feel like, at this point. I don't really have much to say in the way of what I would change because I honestly just really like it. The only thing, the meme with it eating the love disc, because my original vision when I had this made was I wanted it to look like it was just kind of lovingly like nomming. I'm not even nomming. I don't really know what the word is. I had a thought process. It was like, it's just, you know, it's just lovingly, you know how like when a dog has a chew toy and it's just lovingly holding it in its mouth. That's what I was going for here. So that's why it's in its mouth. But yeah. So Timp Raz, I don't know. It's not as good as the love emote. I do like this one because I didn't mean to place that yet. So when I had these made, I was like, I know I want a thinking emote, and then I have to have a love emote because it's just the emote you make. And then I was like, well, I have a slot left. I should do something a bit more weird with it, I guess. This is like the closest thing to a blep or a lick I'm gonna have because there's no real need for a lick emote as well. I like this emote, I think, and by I think, I mean I know, obviously. I know it's a bit mixed because some people don't like it. I think I'm gonna kind of like stick it. It's either a high B or a low A. I'm gonna put it. The only thing that I don't like about this emote is it's not symmetrical on the mouth here, and I hadn't realized when I initially had it made. But you can definitely see it. It's something I've never really not noticed. And I shouldn't really say this on video because now other people are going to notice it, but it's there. And I'm not hiding it. I could always get Kuro to tweak it, probably. But I feel like people like it too much and I don't want to mess with it. Think that's going to be S, because I love... These are going to be like high at the start because like... They're the ones that have been around forever. I really like this emote. Whenever I look at this emote, to be honest, I just think about when I had it initially commissioned. Hang on, let's pull up let me pull up the emails. I think my email has deleted it. Well, never mind. Okay, regardless. It basically, I loved it from the start. That's the general gist. I'll just edit that part out. It's fine. Anyway, next is this. We're gonna save this one because I know how much everybody's gonna love hearing my thoughts on this one. So Typical is next. Everybody mentions the Squirtle Squad shades when they talk about this one. I didn't really actually ever say to put Squirtle shades on it. I just said shades. Kuro, that was actually all Kuro. I didn't make that decision. I usually say to Kuro, I'm fine with whatever you want to do, because I feel like I don't like to limit the creative aspect of it. I would like to see what Kuro does with the concepts I give her usually. That being said, I do like this emote. It's not super high though for me. It's just kind of in the middle. It's not really... The thing I'm rating these on is my personal feelings towards these emotes, as well as just... I do think that chat appreciation of the emote does play a role, in my opinion, a lot. Because, like, if a lot of people don't like an emote, I'm just gonna kind of be like, oh, maybe it's not great. I don't know. I peer pressure, but I would say, I don't know, this one's probably on the lower end for me. I don't hate it. Just one thing to be clear, even if I put an emote in D, I clearly like it enough to have it as a sub-emote. So don't worry, I'm not gonna remove it if it's in D, just to be clear. Alright. Cry. This one didn't really... I don't recall having a lot of... I don't recall this one being particularly long in terms of just, like, talking with... Not many of my commissions really take that long, because usually Kuro nails it, which is really nice. I know I have the sketch for this one. I wonder if it's this one. No, not that one. This one was an older one. Yeah, I don't know. This one's higher up for me. I like this cry emote a lot. There is one edit I want to make to this, but I also don't really want to at the same time, because I like it as it is. I don't know if I should say, I've still been contemplating editing that in, and then seeing how people feel about it. But for now, I'm just gonna leave it in A. I think it's a strong emote. I think it stands. I'm definitely happy with it. Dab. So I messaged Kuro about this when I was drunk. I don't know how I feel about it now. I remember messaging Kuro when I was drunk, and she said, oh, I've wanted to draw a fur at dabbing since I saw you dab on the GDQ couch. I remember that conversation, even though I was, you know... It's a meme. Memes have, like, expiration dates most of the time. So I don't know. It's just kind of... It's definitely... For me, it's a D. I don't care for dab. I'll be honest. If I had to pick an emote that I could just take back, it would probably be dab. That being said, if I didn't like it that much, again, I would remove it. It's fine. I know people like it, so I'm not going to remove it, obviously. Unless dabbing just becomes, you know, really unpopular, and then we can just replace it. That's fine. But it's fine where it is. Timp Curse. I actually didn't like the red eyes at first, and I'm still not sure if I fully like them. The thing with Timp Curse, I feel like, is it's definitely one of the emotes I have that really struggles at a smaller size, because there's quite a bit going on in there. Like, I think Bless got the better end of the deal on this, because I commissioned Bless and Curse together. I don't know. I feel like there's something I can definitely do with this emote to put it above. The curved ears were definitely my... I remember this was the one thing I wanted from Curse was like, oh, I want the ears curved like this because I think it's just a natural thing that would be perfect here. I definitely, I'm happy with it, but at the same time, I'm not sure how I feel about it as an emote. I think this one's also gonna be sitting in the C for me. I don't think it's terrible. Or anything. It's just the detail is the problem is it's like the detail is good and bad in the sense that it feels like if I use it in chat, it's a bit harder to tell what's going. Like I don't really see the trident in chat very well either. I feel like a lot of people don't realize it exists sometimes. It's fine. Like I like the concept. I like the artwork. I think Kuro did a great job with this one, but like it's the sizing that's the problem, I think, for me. Jam. This one actually got a rework because the notes and the drumsticks were actually originally black, and everybody uses dot, so it wasn't as good as a result. Hang on, I might have the original. Yeah, I have the original here, so we can quickly open it. 1 second. Well, I opened Paint. That's the wrong thing. Apologies. Should be in here. Emotes. Oh, that's Ferret. Yeah, so here's the original. It's loading. Give it a sec. Yeah, so this is the original. Oops. This is the original jam. As you can see, there was only 2 notes, and they were black, and the drumsticks were black. So I definitely think it looks better now. That being said, originally I was like, oh, it would be, when I was thinking about it originally, I thought, oh, it would be really cute if it was playing a timpani, but like the timpani was just so big. Like a timpani is a big drum, so it's not gonna work, you know, on a small. It's the sizing again. That being said, I do think honestly, I think this one's around the same. I do like it. No, you know what? I'm gonna say this one's a low B. I do like this emote. I just feel like there could be more. Oh no, it's not that there could be more. It's like it's not my initial idea. I guess when my initial idea doesn't quite pan out as I would think, I end up not liking the final emote as much. But I know people like it, and I don't hate it. I don't really hate any of these, obviously. As I feel like I have to keep saying that because I want people to think, oh, streamer hates his own emotes, he's gonna remove them. I'm just very hypercritical because they're my emotes, you know. So Timp Pog S tier, love this emote. It's literally one of my favorites. So I can actually, let me see if I can find the initial inspiration for this one. Like this one was. Is it here? So I messaged Kuro. I absolutely sent her this emote as a reference. I'll pull out. So this is one of Trihex's emotes. So I don't know. I don't think he has it as an emote anymore. It's called Trisegoy. That was the reference picture because I was like, this is awesome. Like I don't want just another pog. I think this is a much better expression for a ferret to have when it's excited, and I think it ended up translating over really well. I love the little fang as well. I don't really have too much I would say in terms of improving this. Maybe making the eyes a bit more sparkly, but I think that they're perfect the way they are anyway. So this is just up there for me. Tim W. Oh, I don't know how to feel about this one. As in, I like it. I know some people don't like it. There was like a little period of time where a lot of people didn't like it, and a lot of people did like. I don't think a lot of people don't like it anymore. I think it's grown on most people. I think personally, I am definitely in the camp of liking it. I don't know if it's quite S tier, but it's definitely high tier for me, easily. The one thing I don't like is how it looks symmetrical, and then people horizontal flip it in chat, and then you see it's not quite symmetrical, and then it looks really bizarre. I hate the horizontal flip, by the way. But yeah, Timp W is another one I really like. I think if anything, I'd probably like these eyes to be a bit shinier, but it just might be my general preference for things to be shiny and everything. But I think it's fine the way it is. I wouldn't change it. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad we're getting to the emotes I actually like now, so I don't feel like it's bad for putting some in C and D earlier. Gift. The one thing with me, with Gift for me, is the arms feel a bit weird. The arm here feels a bit odd, but I know that's just a ferret's. It's just like I look at some of the other emotes and I'm like, it feels a bit noodly. But I guess ferret is a noodle. I want to say this one sits in the middle for me. I like the purple box. That came out really well. It's happy. A lot of my emotes are happy. I tend to opt for the more positive emotes. Let me turn this music down. It feels a bit loud. Alright. Yeah, I don't really have too much to say on Gift. I thought about making it a sub-emote because it's Gift. The thing with me and Gift emotes as sub-emotes is it feels really bizarre. It's like I'm admitting that most of my subs are Gift subs. I guess that's not really true. It just feels that way. And I know that's not, like I said, it's not true, but it's a weird emote concept. And I get that it also doesn't really make much sense as a bit emote slot, but I feel like the culture on Twitch of Gift subs has reached that point where it's like, it's kind of hard to not acknowledge that it's a good emote concept now. But I haven't really moved it because honestly, whenever I unlock a new emote slot, I'm just like, oh, I get to make a new emote. So if I just move this over and then I end up replacing the 1000-bit emote with something else, it's like, oh, I didn't get to make a new emote. Sad times. But I guess that's not really true. I don't know. Maybe it will make its way to a sub emote slot and we'll switch the 1000 to something else at some point. It's definitely on my mind. Because I know if any of my bit emotes had the chance to make it as a cut as a sub emote, it would be this one. That and Hug. Gunn can stay where it is, it's fine. And everything above that is fine where it is. So these two are on the radar as sub emotes, but not right now. Giggle, S tier. This one actually, I also did take another one of Trihex's emotes at the time. I don't have it on hand. But I really like how this one turned out. I honestly, I really like the close-up emotes. Can you tell? Based on the S tier? I really, really like this emote. I feel like the 3 on the mouth is really defined, which does, like, I don't know how I feel about it, but, like, overall, it's just... Even though I don't use this emote much myself, I really like it. I don't like that everybody has like a lol emote, and I'm just like, I don't know. I didn't want a lol emote because at the time when I had this commissioned, a lot of people had lol emotes, and I was like, I don't want to just be another guy that has the same like concept, and it's just that. Plus, I feel like it's more in a ferret's nature to just, you know, chuckle to itself, like giggle, rather than bust out laughing. It's not necessarily, but I just think this works better. Timp Gunn. Honestly, I kind of said to Kuro, I want it to look, like, cool. I don't know. I don't remember if I said... my mind was thinking the Terminator. I don't remember if I said the Terminator. But this one came out well. It's either high B or low A, and I can't decide. Just throw it in B, I think. It's high, though. This one's probably higher. Let's put it there. I'd say it's probably not as good as Raz for me, but it's up there. I can't remember. I remember messaging Kuro about Gunn, but I don't remember what the conversation was like. I'm just gonna take a quick peek and see if what I said. Oh, that's right. I have a few, here you go. I have a few concepts of the Gunn emotes. So this was one of the ones Kuro sent me with Ferret just winking. So I ended up like saying this felt too innocent considering he was holding a gun. Like his face didn't look. What's the word? He didn't look like he was good. He looked like he was playing with a toy. I don't know, to me. And I was just like, I kind of feel like if you're holding a gun, you should probably look cooler or, you know, I don't know. It just didn't capture it quite the way I'd imagined. But other than that, I don't really have much to say on the emote. It's good. Please give me 10,000 bits to get it. No, just kidding. Timp Wave. This one's a high. It might actually be, like... This one's, like, super close to S for me. The only thing... And I know this is going to come up again if I say it, is this looks like kind of like a big lip. And I can't unsee it. But I love the wave. It's very cute. He looks very happy. He's a good boy. I don't know. I feel like the thing is I don't have as much to say on the higher tier ones because I'm like, well, I like the emote. It's fine the way it is. I don't really have any criticisms to say too much, otherwise they wouldn't be up here. Yeah, I see the only thing is like this kind of looks a bit weird. His arm like right at the bottom here. I don't know, it's a bit odd, but it's fine the way it is. Tim Hug. This one is probably also really high A tier. I don't know if it's as high as Wave. I actually can't remember what I said to Kuro when I asked about the Hug, because let's see. Oh, we have a lot of stuff for Toxic. Should we wait till we get there? So I actually was talking to Kuro. I never specifically said what I wanted. I said I feel like I'd want two things in the Hug emote. I thought about using a scent threat since it'd be smaller with a ferret, and then she just basically sent me the sketch as a response. And as you can see, it's literally pretty much the final version. And I said, I don't like scent threat, but I think I love this emote. So then we actually ended up getting it made because it's cute. The reason the Sentra is shiny is because obviously it's small size. It's going to be brown on brown. Could have made the ferret shiny, but I feel like it just worked better like this. And I didn't bother questioning it at that point. I was like, yeah, this is fine. Timp, nice. I don't really like this emote. Not because it's a bad emote. It's just, it feels like it's missing something, you know? It's like I'm looking at it and I'm like, it needs something, but I don't know what. The reference I sent Kuro for Timp Nice was just raise Y, because that's my favorite thumbs up. And I don't know. It's probably on. I don't want to play it because it's the 50,000 big moves. Because I don't, like I said, if I didn't like it, I wouldn't upload it. But I just feel like it needs something, you know, and I just don't know what it is. There's just something that's missing for me that puts it down. Like the actual usability is fine. It's a thumbs up. It's going to be used, but like there's just something. I just feel like it could be better. Like, but that's on me. It's not Kuro. Kuro just did what I asked. But I just feel like... it's infuriating, because it's like, there's something missing, but I just don't know what it is. Timp Blued. So recently all the tier 1 subs got Timp Blued. Because we hit 2,800 sub points. I personally wouldn't use this emote very much. I have used it in the past. It's not personal taste, the reason it was initially made as my tier 3 was because everybody kept calling me a furry. And I was like, well, if you're going to call me a furry, pay to bully. So we had the lewd emote made and I put it as tier 3. It's alright. I think it's a good lewd emote. I just don't... I'm not the kind of person to use lewd emotes. That's just kind of how I feel. So I want to stick this in high B. Let's say high B. Probably after Gunn. It's good. I'm gonna keep saying it's good to reassure myself. It's fine. It's just kind of... It's just not my taste. That's all it is. I think the emote is fine. If there was a tier above S, this is where this would go. These two are basically in the tier of their own. Like, these are just my two favorite emotes, period. Not only because lurk emotes are my favorite type of emote, the fact that Kuro managed to make a full body furret work in a 28x28 space and then make it look good is incredible to me. And I love this emote. This is one of my favorite emotes. It's not even comparable. I know that not everybody likes lurk emotes. I know that some people are vocal about not liking lurk emotes, but I don't care. This is one of those emotes that even if no one liked on my channel, I would not remove it because I love it that much. This one is never going anywhere. So that's all I have to say on that one. Timp Rage. I actually really love this emote, and I personally, I'm actually gonna put it in S because I freaking love this one. I love the cheese meme that came about when it was made. People said at a small size it looked like he was yelling at cheese. That was hilarious to me. And I'm not being sarcastic. I genuinely love that. And I think I love these kind of emotes where like it's just a close up of the face with something going on. And it's just awesome. The shading is great. It gets the expression across to me. I know that people think it's a flamethrower. I don't care. It's the anime. By the way, if anyone didn't know, it's the old school anime Hyper Beam. That's what it is. It's a Hyper Beam. But I love this one a lot. And I know that it's definitely not seen as highly as by other people, but this one's like super good to me. It's one of my favorites. Timp Eat. The only thing I can think of with this one when I look at it is Bulbasaur hates the drool. And I get it, because I'm not a big drool fan, but I mean, it works. I think for me, this one's an A. It's not like... It's not super high into A. I'd say it's just A. It's good. The only thing I don't really care for in this one is I think the eyes are a bit too small. It seems a bit weird, because when you look at all my other emotes, like, alongside, you realize, oh, the eyes are kind of small in this one. It's a bit odd. But I'm a fan. I wouldn't remove this one. The reason it's eating chocolate, for anyone who actually doesn't know, is I had a thing a while back, probably like a year ago, where if I finished a run, I would eat some chocolate to reward myself for actually finishing the run. I don't do that anymore, but that's why it's chocolate. Timp really. So, I personally don't use this emote very much. I think it's a really good emote though. It's definitely a solid A to S for me. I don't think it's going to be quite S tier for me. I know that I really should put this in like top tier. I think for me it's good enough in A. I like the expression. I actually have a reference image for this one in my email. It's great. It's like 2000, early 2000s meme. Hang on. Let me pull it up real quick. Oh, actually, I did find the crying emote. Here you go, look. Where'd they go? Alright. So, these are actually the sketches for Really, Cry, and Mad. So, Mad was actually the original Timp Rage, but now it's just Mad on FFC, so we still have it, but it's like not a sub-emote anymore. But here's the original sketch for Really. You can see it's pretty much the same. And there's Cry. I feel like Cry looks sadder in this sketch than it does in the final version. But I think they all came out well in the end. Mad, like the reason I changed Rage was because I just personally didn't like this one as much. And I ended up liking Rage a lot more as a result. But the sketch for Really, if I pull it up real quick. Where's that sketch? There it is. So this is the sketch I sent Kuro. Oh, not the sketch, the reference image I sent for Kuro. I literally just sent her the meme face, and that's what she got out of it. I don't know how she managed to turn this stupid face into something actually amazing, but that's what we got in the end, and I'm happy for that. So Timp Pout. Oh, this is gonna be glorious because I actually made a sketch for this emote. It's great. I have to find this. I know Junie sent it to me recently, somewhat. So let me just take a quick peek. One sec. So this was I've sent Kuro like 2 doodles that I made myself. I did do one for Pout because I was trying to get the. I don't remember if I sent Kuro this image actually. I know I drew it, but I don't remember if I sent it to her. I probably did. So here's the sketch. I know, high quality, as you would expect from an artist like myself. So yeah. I don't know. I'm not a good artist, but Pout is good. It's not an emote I use super often, but it's good. I'll give this one a high B. Low A. I'm okay with it. I feel like the arm looks a little weird here, like crossed like that, but other than that, it's fine. It's fine the way it is. It's just, again, it goes down lower because it's an emote I wouldn't use very much, I guess. Timp Bless. A lot of people really like Timp Bless, and I'm just kind of like, it's okay. I want to say it sits in C as well. I feel like the problem I have with Bless is just it feels like there could be more going on here, and I don't know. Like I feel like this could be shining because it's a halo, but it's just kind of, eh. It does the job, and I don't hate. Also, I feel like it's weird because I look at this emote and the paws are like very pointy compared to like every other emote I have. So I don't know what's going on there. It's fine. Like there's nothing wrong with it. Obviously, they're both fine. It's funny how they both ended up C tier, but I think, you know, it's just not one of my favorite emotes. Pride S tier, no question. I love this emote because the main thing for me that I love about this emote is every Pride emote on Twitch. Okay, not every single Pride emote, but most of the Pride emotes on Twitch are just, here's a rainbow filter, now it's Pride. And I really wanted to get creative with this one, as you can tell. So you've got like the colors of the pride flag on the whiskers and the ear tips and the body, obviously. So the tips on the tuft here are the asexual flag colors as well, because I'm asexual, and I wanted that representation in there. I actually have, if you haven't seen it, let me pull this one up as well. For anyone who hasn't seen it, I actually did get a sticker made for GDQ. SGDQ, which was probably going to get cancelled, but I also did put the trans flag colors on the tail. So, full representation here. Or as much as I can reasonably fit on a ferret. I think if I was going to add more flag colors, like non-binary, they would probably be like the stripes that go down the body, but obviously you can't really see them here. I think that would be it. Because, I don't know, there are so many flags, it's kind of hard to try and get them all onto one body without looking a bit crazy, you know? Either way. The big blue eyes, I do love these eyes. They are very beautiful. Kuro did an amazing job on this. But yeah, Pride is one of my favorites. Again, not much else to say beyond that. Oh, I also doubled down by making it pose like this because it was similar to like the QT emotes I'd seen, and I thought, well, I feel like QT works for this, like the QT pose works for this kind of emote. And there you go. So it's 2 and 1. Tip R. My inspiration for this emote was Bouncy Boys raid emote. Let me see if I can find it. So this is a raid emote, just to be clear, because some people don't actually realize what Tip R is supposed to be for. Just basically it's used when you raid, like other channels, like when you send your viewers over there. So here's the B-Boy R. I actually really like this emote. It's probably my favorite of Bouncy Boys emotes. Or at least one of them. It's definitely up there. And I was like, well, I have the slots, so why not? I'm surprised it's actually been a sub-emote for as long as it has, because it was a very niche usage compared to everything else. But I like it. I haven't removed it because no one's really complained about it or anything. It's definitely... I feel like it's one of the underrated ones. I would say this one sits solidly in B for me, though. It's not like... It doesn't go above and beyond, and it doesn't have a lot of usage and practicality. It just is literally a raid emote, so it's hard to be like, oh yeah, it's top tier, because it's not something you're going to see often, you know? Timp Rich. I think the problem I have with Timp Rich is the monocle didn't come out as well as I'd hoped at a small size. This one just kind of sits in the middle range for me. I feel bad because my bit emotes are sitting in the middle range. And I should probably, like, up the bit emote game, because I feel like I haven't been very good about, you know, I haven't been very good about making sure I really, really love them, you know? Especially when it's like something like 100,000 bits. Might be something I'll look into soon. I have a 200,000 and a 300,000 bit emote slot to fill in still, so there's 2 emotes still to come. Timp Shy, S, yeah. I honestly, everything up here is not ordered. None of these are ordered. The only 2 that are ordered are these 2, because these 2 are just like my favorites. Timp Shy is just... Love this emote. I don't really know what to say. I love it. I want to cuddle it. It's perfect. And I know not everybody uses shy emotes, but I don't care, because I do. I love everything. Like, this is the thing. I said this about Timp Lurk. Like, even if no one liked it, I'd still leave it there because I love it. I think that pretty much applies to all of these. I love all of these emotes that much. Timp Hype. You know what's funny? Timp Hype originally, if you had asked me like a year ago, I probably would have said, yeah, it's probably like a B. But honestly, I think this has actually grown to be one of my favorites. I just really, really, really like it. I don't know why. I actually know what I had sent. I actually have the I remember the reference image that I sent for this. It was another emote. Let me see if I can find it real quick. So my friend Mop Garden has a hype emote. See if I can quickly... Yeah, here it is. So this is the emote I sent Kuro as a reference. You can see the confetti. It was really the goal I was going for, just arms up in the air, confetti. As you can see, you can kind of see the relation here in the end. And I just really love how this came out. Over time, it's definitely... Like, I loved it at first, and it's just grown beyond that to be one of my favorites. Timp Z, or Timp Sleep, if you were around when it was uploaded. I actually do have... This was the other one that I did draw something for. Let me see if I can find it. It's gonna be in my email. Let's see. Send items. It will be... It will be later on because I don't know if... I don't know if I have I don't know if I have it. I can't see it anywhere. I don't know. It's probably lost to time. I'm sure it's somewhere if I sat here and looked for it, but it doesn't look very good. That's all you need to know. So this is another one that actually did get edited, if I remember as well, because the Z originally was not in a bubble. Let me pull it up. Should be in here. Yeah. So this was the initial one. You can see the Z's around the side, but obviously on dark mode, these are just not visible at all. So it ended up going into speech bubble, which made it easier. I don't know how I feel about this one. I feel like this is one of those ones that I'm just kind of like, eh. It's cute, obviously. It is my idea, because like the sketch I sent was literally just the tail at the front with its paws on it and everything. It's exactly what I wanted. It's just not quite how I imagined it. And honestly, it's not even just that. It's more like as well the fact it's a niche usage. Like if you're asleep, you're not going to be posting the sleep emote. It's not going to be used very much. It just kind of sits. I'm gonna put this one in D. I think it's not bad. It's cute. It does the job. It's just sleep emotes for me are just kind of. Timp S. Timp S is it's good. I like it. I don't know if I would say it goes beyond like. I'm gonna put this one in C, but it's probably a borderline B, so it's like in the middle of the road. Like the main thing here is I didn't want just Monka S with the Pepe face plastered on it. On a ferret body, because that would just be bad. Please no, don't do this. I see it all the time, and I'm like, please just make your character look good. Like with this expression, you don't need to cop out with Pepe. But yeah, so I appreciate this emote for that. Even though it's my own work, so it sounds like I'm tooting my own horn. But generally, that's just my advice. If you ever want to make a swing emote, please just don't put Pepe's face on it. Just make your character look good. Or whatever the emote you're using, unless you're literally using Pepe. Timp Galaxy, this one is S for me. I know that a lot of people like Timp Smart. I like Timp Smart. I like both. I think that I prefer this one because I can use it in both contexts, though, and not because you could use Timp Smart sarcastically, but I just feel like this one works better for both scenarios. Timp Smart is like not going to go anywhere because it's going to stay on Discord and FFC because I know people like it, and I want them to have the option if they want to use it. If I had 60 slots, I'd bring it back, but I don't have 60 slots, so we're not gonna. There's no point talking about it in terms of bringing it back. I feel like I've got a lot of S tiers. But you know what, mate? If I didn't like my own emotes, why would I upload them? There you go. I've said it again. Timp Rip. This one's one of my favorites. I love this one because Kuro went, like, way beyond what I expected her to do. I messaged her saying, hey, I want something that looks like the Gen 1 sprite, but in the style of her. And this came out phenomenally. I did not expect it to come out as well as it did, and I am so happy it did. I do have an alternate version of this one, which if you haven't seen it, I'll put up on the stream, or screen. So she also sent me this one, which is the colored version. Oops. Sorry, I'm like zooming. Which is good, but this was what I wanted, and it just, I love this. It is so good to me. It's perfect. I would not change anything. It is literally exactly how I imagined it in my mind. And that doesn't happen very often. Kuro will make an emote and I will be like, yeah, I like this. It's not exactly how I imagined it. I'm not going to tell her that every time though. Because, I mean, like, you can't read my mind. You can't know exactly what I want unless I literally draw it out. And if I'm drawing it out myself at that point, like, you know, it's just, this is literally exactly how I saw it in my mind, so I really like this one. It has a special place for me. Timp Shock. I like Timp Shock. I know it's not like as highly praised for others. I think it sits in the middle for me. This one's probably like No, I'll give it a bit of a boost. It's probably more middle of the line for me. It doesn't. It does exactly what I wanted it to do. I don't really have too much to say about it. I did use Ray's Shock as the reference for this one. I use Ray's Fire a lot. I feel like because his expressions are good. Timp Smug is also S tier. It's like both Swift's emotes. I just love Swift's style. And I just really like... So this actually wasn't an emote. This was actually a doodle. I was playing Mario Maker and I said something like, I'm a pretty princess. I don't remember exactly what it was. But she sent me a doodle. I don't have the doodle on hand. I might if I pull up my DMs. Let's have a look. Scroll back a bit. Oh, there are a lot. Oh, hang on, I might have found it. Oh, I forgot about that. Wow, there's a lot going on here. Yeah, here it is. Alright. So... Wait. So, here you go. This is what Swift sent me. It doesn't... You can see you can see the emote in it. And then she ended up finishing that up for me. I think it might be pinned. Yeah, here it is. So this is what the finished version looks like, not just the emote. I love this. It's very, very cute. But, yeah. So, as you can see from that, we were like, you know what? This is a really good emote. It's a Smug emote. And, this is one of my favorites. I love this. I don't use it too much, because I don't really get Smug often, but when I do, it's my favorite Smug emote, and it takes a lot for me to say my own emote is my favorite Smug emote, or like, of any type, so that should tell you how much I really like the emote. Baby, I am very much team for Baby, because I know that some people really don't like Baby. I am on team Baby all the way. It's cute. Sue me. I don't have too much to say on this one. It came out as I wanted, so I'm happy with it. And, he's Baby. There's not really much else to say. He's cute. I don't really know what you want, because if you don't get it, if you don't get why it's an emote, I don't know what to tell you. The people that get it, and the people that don't. That's it. It's Marmite. You love it or you hate it. I love it, so it's fine. Timp Blank. Dude, I got a lot of solid emotes. Alright, I love Timp Blank. It's not quite S tier for me. It's probably higher up here, to be honest. It's tough to decide between these two, for me. Yeah, no, it's blank. There isn't much to say about blank, because it's literally no expression. It's just blank. But I like it a lot. It looks cute. I would cuddle it, as usual. The Kuro Ferret. So this isn't actually an emote. It's just in my slideshow. I don't really have any plans to use it for anything. I just said to Kuro, I kind of want to see how you would draw it. I'm not going to rate it because it's not an emote. It's not like an emote I'm actually going to use. So it just exists. There you go. I'll just put it in the middle. Timp ban. So this was when I was like on my Mario Maker binge, and we removed Timp win, I believe, for this one. So obviously Mario Maker, you can see the reference is the Super Hammer and the Builder hat. It's got a little T on it for timpani. I think this is a weaker one for me. It's good. It does. It's what I wanted. It's just I feel like over time I felt like, I feel like I could resemble Ban more strongly. You know? Yeah, I don't know. This one's probably like C or D. I'm gonna put in D. I'm not ordering these, by the way. Honestly, I'm not really ordering most of these tiers. It's just A and B, really. This one's a weird one because I literally just got this emote yesterday for the first time. Like, it was the first time I'd ever seen it. I think it's cute. I don't know. My initial impression when I saw it was like, oh, huh. And I'm like, I still am not 100% sure. I think it's really, really cute though, and that's what I wanted. And people seem to like it, so I'm happy about that. It's always scary, especially with a tier 3 emote. It's like, oh god, what if no one likes it? It's just a flop. I don't know. Right now, I don't have enough of a strong opinion on this emote. It's not been long enough for me. I feel like I need a week or so before I can truly rate this. Right now, I'm feeling like it's an A. I like it. I definitely like it. I just don't know. Time will tell if my opinion changes on this emote. I need more time for that one. Timptron. I really like this one as well. I can show you all the variations that Kuro sent me. Because why not? So, let me pull it up. Where's, Heck. So, I actually got multiple variations of this book. So, we had this one, which is just the normal colors. We had this one, which was the Mr. Destructoid colors. And we had this one, which was the robot. It's just a robot, you know? So then I asked a few people. I polled it with a few people, and everybody said the normal colors because it just made more sense. And then I asked, what about shiny colors? Because to me, my mind was like, okay, well, if it's a robot, it could be painted shiny. So why would it wouldn't make it much of a difference, you know? So then we had the shiny rendition made, and then this was when I realized how much difference, or how much of a difference shading makes. Like, you can really see it on this emote. Like, if I just switch between these two, like, you can just see it. Like, it's crazy. Especially the lights on the ears. It's just nuts to me how much of a difference was made. And I ended up really loving that. But yeah, so Timptron's a solid A for me. I know that it's probably going to be one of the lesser used ones overall. Fortunately, my RTX apparently keeps it in use. So, I like it. It's just, it might struggle to be used a lot. Which is fine. Some emotes are just like that. Timp Wahoo. I can't look at this emote without hearing the Mario Maker lady say Wahoo. I don't really have a lot of uses for this one. It's fine. I want to say it's a B. I don't... No, you know what? I'm actually going to say it's a C, I think. I like... It's weird to me. I know people wanted a Mario for it. I personally am kind of on it. I don't dislike it. Like I said, I don't dislike any of these, obviously. It's just, it's not an emote I'd personally use. I do like how Kuro did put Mario's eyes here. Because, like, you can see Ferret's eyes in all of her emotes are, like, this color, but these are very clearly blue eyes like Mario's. It's good. It's good for what I asked for, like I said, as always. Kuro always nails what I ask her to do, but, like, my opinion ends up changing over time depending on, I don't know, how it changes, you know? Opinions just change over time. I do think that it's fine, and I do think that it gets enough usage for... Considering it's a 75,000 bit emote, I'm surprised it gets more usage than I expect. It's fine, it's good. And I mean, my channel is Mario related, so it makes sense. Timp Toxic. I actually have multiple renditions for this one. Let's pull it up. So the first sketch I got from Kuro was this. As you can see, Ferret had a gas mask on initially. And then she actually, like, drew both up. So here's, like, the one with the mask, and here's the one without the mask. The reason we changed the smoke color was because I feel like it just didn't work. It blended too much, I think, with Ferret at a small size. I don't remember if that was the reason exactly. We ended up changing it to green, so we got a more distinct fume color. So the problem we had here was at a small size, the Ferret was kind of hard to see, because you can see how big coughing is here. So then Kuro sent me another sketch. You can see Ferret's a bit more on top and coughing's lower down. And then we finally got the final version, Timp Toxic. So it went through a lot. This one went through a lot of changes. And that was just, it ended up looking good. I personally really like this emote. I think it's funny. I get called toxic as a meme. A lot of streamers get called toxic as a meme. I'd like to think I'm not actually toxic, but it's cute. I would put it in A tier. I don't know whereabouts in A tier. Honestly, I've reached the point where I'm like, I don't know anymore. Oh, and now it's time to talk about this thing. So, I don't personally care for Ferret. I get why everybody loves Ferret, and that's why it won't ever be removed as an emote, because it's just too versatile. It has too much use potential, and it's cute, according to some. I just personally am not. I think I liked Ferret, and then I think over time it's just like I've used it enough that I'm like, yeah, I'm done with this. I don't hate it. I make jokes about removing it, and I make jokes about hating it. I guess I don't. It's not my favorite. I don't particularly care for it to a strong degree. It is what it is. I feel like, personal feelings aside, it is an S tier emote because it just has so much application, and it's one of my chat's favorite emotes. So I like it for that. Even if I personally don't care for it as much, I know its value. I'm not gonna pretend I don't. But yeah, there's honestly more emotes in my S and A tier than I expected. I thought I was gonna be a lot more critical on myself to the point where I was like, oh, I hate these. Well, not hate, but you know what I mean? Like, I feel like some of the I might have been a bit more lenient on some of these. It's possible. Like, if I had to weigh in more on usage, this would probably, like, Timp R would probably go down to C or D. Timp Baby would probably go down to B because it's not going to be used as much, I feel like. Timp Luck, obviously, I don't know. These two, I don't know where they sit right now. I might have given myself too many S tiers, honestly. If I had to pick an S tier to chop, or a couple of S tiers to chop, I'd probably say Rage and Hype. They would go down to A. I'm happy with it. Like I said, so the ultimate takeaway is these two, top. And everything else is good. I like all my emotes. That's all you need to know. This is a dumb video. I don't really know why I made it. How long is this video? I've been recording for an hour. Oh my god. Well, I'm not going to edit this because it's a stupid throwaway video. So enjoy that. If anybody actually watches this whole video, I appreciate it. Enjoy my stupid opinion. But yeah. I'm going to go do some other stuff on my day off now. Also, as a quick addendum to the video I just recorded, I realized right after the fact when I checked Discord, IAR wasn't in there. So just a quick one on this. This is an A tier for me. I love this emote. It's very cute. It's very happy. It makes me smile every time I see it. It's literally, I love this emote. Like, it just makes me happy. So this one comes from, originally we had an emote made by Bayleaf. Let me pull it out. Stream stuff. It'll be in here somewhere. Do I still have it saved? Yeah, here we go. So this is Bayleaf's original IAR. The reason I removed this is personal reasons. I don't hate Bayleaf, just so everybody like is aware of that. It's just that I had reasons. It wasn't about the emote. The emote is fine, just to be clear. So I'd appreciate if we can just drop the IAR stuff. I don't want to say it on stream. I don't want to start anything. I just, like, I don't want the emote there anymore, okay? That's all I have to say on it. So then Swift made me a new one. She actually sent this to me one night when I was feeling sad. And she wanted to make me feel better. And it did. It made me smile. So I appreciate that. I love it. That's all I really have to say. It just makes me happy. So she actually sketched this for me like in person at GDQ, and it was really cool to see in her like notebook. But anyway, that's the tier list. I'm literally just throwing this on at the end because I forgot it. But anyways, see ya.